Om Shri Sai Ram. It should be a little louder. Om Shri Sai Ram. Respected elders, dear brothers and sisters, and my loving students. Offering my humble salutation at the lotus feet of Bhagwan, I deem it a privilege to stand before you, loving children, to give you just a few tips on how to spend the rest of your life. Today is indeed a great day as we celebrate the 8th Sri Sathya Sai Balvikas Alumni Meet and the 5th All India Balvikas Benediction Ceremony at the divine abode of Prashanthi Nilayam. I will be failing in my duty if I do not express gratitude to Bhagwan for allowing us to celebrate and come together in this holy land. Dear children, many of you told this afternoon that you had never seen Prashanthi Nilayam before. In fact, some of you had not even seen Bhagwan in his physical form. But indeed, the love of the Lord is so great that he has pulled you to this divine land. And remember, nobody can enter this divine soil unless he wills it. So let us thank the Lord for calling us, and let us pray to him to call us over and over again. My earnest request to you, young children, is to, for the next one day that you may be here, to dwell in the peace, the tranquility, the quietude of Prashanthi Nilayam, and take back valuable lessons home, which you can project in your life. And when people see you projecting these in your life, they will be touched. They will turn around and say, isn't this the product of Sri Sathya Sai Balvikas? Dear friends, today 859 students from all over India are physically present here to receive the diploma in Sri Sathya Sai education. But that is not all. That's a small number. We have 4,124 students from all over India who will receive the diploma from their respective states. Along with the convocation, we have today present with us 890 gurus, both male and female, present in Prashanthi Nilayam. 747 alumni, 482 Group 2 and Group 3 students. The total attendance today is 2,978. It is said that we only know the present, but Bhagwan knows the past, the present, and the future. It is with this omniscient vision that Bhagwan Baba in 1969 gave the world the greatest legacy of mankind, Sri Sathya Sai Balvikas. This humble program of Sri Sathya Sai Balvikas aims at blossoming of human excellence. This is the only ray of hope for mankind. The Sri Sathya Sai Balvikas is indeed great because it not only touches the child, but also the parents and the gurus of the Balvikas children. Keeping in tune with the motto of the organization, transforming self to transform the world, the Sri Sathya Sai Balvikas program is a journey to perfection. And perfection is divinity. All of us who are a part of this movement must first be, then do, and finally tell. Hence, from the time the child is 4 years, over the 9-year period till the child attains the age of 13 or 14, the entire 9-year program is practice, practice, practice. This is very important for us because when we tell our Balvikas children to be, do and tell, we gurus have to first be, do and tell. The children are today too smart. They will ask you, Auntie, are you doing it? Uncle, are you doing it? And they know where to catch you. So therefore, before you tell the children not to see TV at home, dear gurus, ensure that you don't see TV or don't tell what you can't do. Remember, harmony of thought, word and character is the hallmark of a good character. So therefore, if thought, word and deed are in harmony, then only is the person said to be a well-charactered person. So, what must we be, do and tell? We've entered 2018. And New Year means a time to make resolutions. So all of us gathered here in the divine precinct of Bhagwan Shri Sathya Sai Baba must first be, then do, and finally tell. Be what? Be happy. Be always happy. That's the first step. The second, do. Do what? Do everything with a smile on your face. So let me see that smile light up, all of you, and your eyes also twinkle with the same smile. Then the third, tell. Tell how? Every time you speak, speak softly, sweetly, and truthfully. Remember that if you cannot oblige, at least speak obligingly. Let me share with you an actual incident that took place in my Balvikas class. Oka chinna katha, as Swami would say. I was telling the children, group 2, of a story of a pilot, not Arjun, another pilot. This pilot was a jet pilot, and he was flying when his plane was hit by a missile. In a combat mission, his plane was hit by a missile, a dangerous thing to happen. The plane crashed. But before it crashed, the grace of God was so much that the pilot took hold of the parachute which was packed and slid into safety. 5 years later, this jet pilot had dinner at a restaurant with his wife. From the next table, a young man walked across to this jet pilot and said, "Are you not the jet pilot?" The jet pilot nodded. "Are you not the one whose plane crashed?" Again he nodded. And then he got little courage. He said, "No, but I saved myself. There was a parachute packed. I took hold of the parachute and slid to safety." And you know what that man replied? "I was that person who packed your parachute." I told this story, and I see little Aryan sitting in the first row of my class with a very long face. I thought I had not done a good job. So I said, "Aryan, you don't like the story that I told today?" "No, Auntie, it's okay," he said. I said, "Are you sure? Did I make a mistake?" "No, Auntie, it's okay," he said. Then I looked at him and I was still not happy, so I prodded him on. I said, "Aryan, tell me what went wrong?" He said, "Auntie, that jet pilot, no, go to Balvikas." I said, "He didn't go to Balvikas, why?" You know, after that meeting with that friend of his at the restaurant, that night he didn't sleep. He tossed and turned in his bed. You know why that happened? Because he had not said thank you to his friend. And he didn't go to Balvikas, so he was never taught. Please and thank you are two words, are two words, are two words. Please and thank you are two words we must always use. So this jet pilot had never gone to Balvikas, and therefore he turned and tossed in his bed because he had not said thank you to his safety worker who had packed the parachute for him. She Sathya Sai Balvikas, a 9-year program. And in that 9 years, you are constantly exposed to 5 teaching techniques. Now you, getting the convocation tomorrow morning, are on the threshold of life. You will be facing the outside world. And therefore remember, practice, practice, practice. Do not forget what your guru has taught you over the 9 years. So start the day with what? Start the day with prayer and silent sitting or meditation. Prayer is talking to God. Meditation is listening to God. In prayer, you express your thoughts to God. In silent sitting, you listen to the voice of God. And as you pray, remember that this must be a constant habit, a daily companion. It must be like the key of the morning and the bolt of the evening. Every time you pray, remember, you are drawing the strength of God closer and closer to you. When children pray at home with the family, it strengthens the family ties. That is why it is said, a family that prays together stays together. When this prayer extends to the universe, to all aspects of this universe, in the form of samasta loka sukhino bhavantu, then you will have paved the way for Vasudeva Kutumbakam. The whole world is one family. With meditation which you practice every morning, remember, you are opening up the gates of heaven. You are allowing God to talk to you. What would take an ordinary person 3 hours to learn and study, because of meditation, you will be able to do it in half the time or maybe even quarter of the time. Because what does meditation do? It strengthens your concentration, improves your memory, and awakens intuition. When I was in the 8th standard, I was a very ordinary student. But luckily for me, my parents believed in Bhagwan, and I was exposed to the teachings of Bhagwan. So once I started the meditation, I became from an ordinary dullard to a student excelling in studies and getting gold medal. This is the power of meditation. The third technique which you must fill your day with, we said prayers, we said silent sitting in the morning. During the course of the day, dear students, whenever you get time, make it a point to read books, good literature, which will widen the horizon of your mind, which will leave an imprint on your mind. And such stories are like those which Jesus Christ told as parables, or our dear Swami said as Ukachidna Katha. In the evening, spend some time doing bhajans or group singing. If you cannot do it at home, at least make it a point once a week to attend a Samati bhajan, or a district bhajan, or a group of families coming to sing together, because singing helps in the path of unity, purity, and divinity. A very important point that you must keep in mind, the 5th technique that you learned in Balvikas, group activities. Whenever you are in, you were in a class as group 1 and group 2 children, anytime the guru would ask you, what do you want to do, children, today? You'll say, story, auntie, or some children will say, activity, auntie. This activity now, as an alumni, would be joining in the social service activities of the Sri Sathya Sai Seva organization. Whenever you get chance, once a week, once a month, get out of your daily routine and spend some time in the service of mankind. The best service that you as Bal Vikas alumni could do is become Bal Vikas gurus. Because you have already completed 9 years of the Bal Vikas program. You are ingrained into the teachings of Bal Vikas, and therefore to take a class is very simple for you. Finally, remember that you are great in the eyes of the Lord. I remember one small anecdote which I would like to share with you is that of Lord Rama. When he returned from Lanka after having got back Sita, and he was back to Ayodhya to be coronated as the king, everybody decided to have a big function. But Lord Rama said, I want to express my gratitude to all those who helped me build the bridge across the ocean. So everybody came. The monkeys, the bears, everybody who had helped were there. And Rama got down from the throne, walked down the central aisle. The monkeys and the bears raised their chests and put their heads up, thinking that Rama would bless them. But Rama just walked. He walked till the end of the room. And do you know whom he picked up? Whom did he pick up? The squirrel. He picked up the squirrel. What had the squirrel done? The squirrel had scampered from the beach to the shore, picking up granules of sand. How much could that have helped in the building of the bridge? But for the Lord, that scampering of the squirrel was indeed greater than the monkeys and the bears lifting up boulders. You are the squirrels of Sai Rama, and therefore you must continue to pick up the granules of sand. The little children who come to the Bal Vikas class, continue as a Bal Vikas guru and teach these children so that they can be offered at the lotus feet of the Lord. When we go to school, we learn alphabets. The word Bal Vikas indeed contains 8 letters, which are so beautiful. And I'd like to share with you, and then end my talk. B for blessings, count them now. A for Ananda, that's bliss. L for love that flows from in. V for values, one and all. I for integration. K for knowledge of the soul. A for Ananda, that's bliss, that will bring us back to S-A-I Sai. B for blessing, count them now. A for Angra, that's grace. L for love, in. V for values, one and all. I for integration. K for knowledge of the soul. A for Ananda, that's bliss, that will bring us back to S-A-I Sai. Jai Sai Ram.